So we had a Kabbalistic question today by Aaron, right? And basically the question is it only the living creatures, the only Jews, for example, on Rosh Hashanah being sentenced, or what? And if not, why the dead people? The answer is like this. Zohar tells us, Gemara, many other sources tell us that in Rosh Hashanah, Kol Ba'e Olam. Kol Ba'e Olam. What does it mean? Kol refers to all. Olam, world, universe. The problem is with the word Ba'e. Ba'e means all that pass through here. Jews, Gentiles, creatures, big and small. Everyone. Everyone. We're being judged on an individual level, family, city, state, country, world. Everybody. The tefillah of Rosh Hashanah is tefillah for the whole world. And yes, even those who died, because they passed through this world as well. And why? The person is dead already. Here, there is a tremendous musar for us to understand. According to the Zohar, according to the Kabbalah, there are three different worlds, not sferot, three different worlds, three different levels of interactions in this universe. There's Olam HaAtzilut, in which the light, so-called, is being shed directly, like a shadow from HaKadosh Baruch Hu to that world. World does not mean like aliens and so on and so forth. We have Atzilut and we have Bria. Bria is the world, the level of creation, where things are created. In our world, which is the lowest one, Olam HaAsiyah, nothing could be created. You cannot create anything. Here, everything is being created from something. There's no something that you say, and doom, genie, comes out. There's no such thing. Then there is, after Bria, we have Olam HaYetzirah, is the world of formation. When that raw material that was created was formed, and then it goes down to this world, and this is the world of Asiyah, doing. And the world of Asiyah, it's fascinating because the laws of physics and nature do apply to this world. For example, there is no loss of mass, right? There's no such thing as loss of mass. Mass does not just disappear. As much as it cannot be just created, it doesn't disappear. Yes, it could transform itself from one mass form to another mass form, but it's always there. Everybody agrees? Okay. Since it's the world of Asiyah, and if I would look now at the world of our world is also operated in 4 different dimensions. Okay? The 3 dimensions of space, right? We have length, width, and height. And the 4th dimension, which is tiempo, time. Everything takes shape in time. If I would take a time lapse of you from the time that you were born until the time you'll die, you will see how you look into this in the dimension of time. If I'll be able to condense, let's say for example, 90 years into 9 seconds, you'll be surprised of, wow, how it happens. We don't see it because for us time has a constant pace, right? So we don't see the changes so quickly, but the changes do occur. You look at your pictures of when you were babies. Oh my goodness, I was actually cute at one point in my life. I remember that. Now you look at yourself and say, well, that's not the same person. It's you, it just changes. So is our actions. Our actions last much longer and sometimes forever in this world. What does it mean? If I will take the state that we are right now, I'm sitting here and we are learning. And I'm not going to go forward, I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to do a rewind. And it's very difficult. Sometimes I try to tell my kids fast forward or rewind. I forgot that they don't have fast forward or rewind in the computer because fast forward is just for tapes. And they used to have cassettes or reel to reel, but that's a borrowed concept, right? Because it's rewind, right? And I will take it and I would analyze my steps that brought me here today. Where does it end? Where does it stop? The process that brought me here. Any ideas?
Last action.
Excuse me?
The last action.
What do you mean by the last action?
The last action that was done.
No.
To this event.
No. It stops with the creation of man 5,700 and whatever years ago. What initiated me being here today was the creation of man. When God created man. That's where it stops. It doesn't go past that. You want me to show you how? Let's skip a few years, right? The reason I'm here today, to make a long story short, is because I met my wife. If I wouldn't meet my wife, this would not have happened. And the reason I met my wife is because I took a certain course in my life, and she took a certain course in her life, and those paths, met. Then we went like this. Before that, argument's sake, if the decision that her parents was to move here and not to move there, and my parents to move here and not to move there, because if I would have gone here, this would have happened, and so on and so forth. And that's her parents' meeting and my parents' meeting, and then my grandparents and her grandparents, and all of a sudden you're going backwards and backwards and backwards. All you getting now into the point that I'm here. If I would have to spread it out to you in a diagram, and the tip of the spear, the tip will be me sitting here today. If I were to see what brought us here, I would probably have to make a diagram that's going to be as big as 3 football fields, if not more. That at the end of it is just me sitting here. Why? Because every action counts. And every action has a reaction. And every reaction becomes an action and as a reaction, and then a cause, and an action, a reaction, and so on and so forth. So when you die, maybe your body is not here. Or maybe your body is here actually. But you as an entity are not here. But your actions are still here because they're always going to be here until the end of time. So now when Rosh Hashanah comes, you are being judged also because a year had progressed or advanced into the future, and your actions still echo, good or bad, they still echo. And now you're going to be judged again. Because guess what? Who did that? You did it. Okay, so now let's judge you. Yes, so even the dead people come on Rosh Hashanah being judged. When we say Sifrei Chaim and Sifrei Metim, the books of the living or the books of the dead, it's not who is going to be written in this book or that book. The actions of the living and the actions of the dead. How can you tell me, okay, I understand the action of the living, but does it mean the action of the dead? Because their actions are still here. It's a chain reaction. It's like an atomic chain reaction that one thing causes to another, that causes to another, and it is endless. And it started with the Davar Rishon, and it will continue after you're gone. You're just another atom in this reaction of things. How you're going to do things is up to you, but you should know that there is going to be a cause and effect to your actions. So therefore, if you decided to come here today, or you decided to go somewhere else, that decision and its actions would last to eternity. This is how you change the world. This is how you could change the world. You think that only if you are here you can change things. No, on the contrary. Your actions would last forever. And something, if you think about it, it's tremendous, it's a scary thing. This is how responsible you have to be. You think that your reaction to come and learn Torah starts and finishes with you? You're wrong. You don't know. I spoke with somebody who's an artist. And he said to me, I had an interesting conversation with whoever is considered to be his mentor, and he said to him, listen, I really want to thank you, Shana Chadasha, I want to thank you so much for being my mentor and helping me, and because if it wasn't for you, I would not. So he said to me, he sent me a letter, email, a letter, whatever it is, and he said, you know what, I don't think so. You would have done it one way or another. If you're true artist, it will come for you. You didn't need me to do that, which is true. But it would not come out at the quality that it comes out if it wasn't that. You might think you haven't done a thing. You might think you didn't influence anybody. You could be no more wrong than that. Because you don't know what a nice word or a kind word or a nasty word or a sarcastic word could do and change events in history. That's why you try to be positive all the time. We always complain about being negative. This world is a bad place, it's a bad place, it's a bad place. Is anybody trying to change this place, or we just go flowing, going with the flow? And I explained to you a million times, only dead fish go with the flow. If you are complaining to me that this is bad, or a situation is bad, or I don't know, your shul is bad, or your community is bad, or whatever it is, okay, that's a statement that by itself spreads negative atmosphere around it. But how are you doing, or what are you doing, or thinking, or whatever it is, trying to change the situation by making it better? What are you doing? If you're doing nothing, you just destroyed it. Why? Because not only you did not contribute to change this and to make it into a better place, you spread even far more negativity around by saying this is a bad place. In a way, you created new bed ground, new breeding ground for you to put the seeds, or somebody else to come to put the seeds of negativity by your words that you create, because you created a bad atmosphere around you. There's no joy. There's no simcha. And that's what we learned before. No joy, no simcha, no dedication to Hashem, no spirituality, no hasharat shechina. It's all over before even it started. So yes, even the dead will come because their actions count until today. So your grandparents in Shamayim, those of you who have grandparents in Shamayim, are being judged as well. They're going to look at you, and you are the results of your grandparents. Yes, you have a free choice of what you did, but your free choice did not just come out of nothing. We are not Avraham Avinu, that we could just sit down and think of ourselves that this is the right thing to do. So you think about what you do. If you care so much, people care so much about their niftarim, or people who died. Why do you care about them so much anyway? If you really care about them so much, you would not just come and say Kaddish and go, we'll never see you again in shul. You will actually try to do better things. You will try to do things that are contributing to the community and so on and so forth. That by this is the biggest proof that the name of the person will never be erased. Lo po velo ba'olam haba. This is the zchut that you give. If you care so much about your grandparents or about somebody beloved who departed to the great unknown, in other words, he died, you sit down and learn. Refine yourself, and that will be his zchut as well. Don't worry, nobody's going to shortchange you, but that will be his zchut as well. Because when you mess up, they're going to bring him up. And they're going to look, this is your grandson, or this is your son, or this is your daughter. Look what they're doing. And because of who? Because of you. Why? Because you were too politically correct. You can't say this, you can't say that, you didn't really care, you said those words, they went off the derech. That's because of who? Because of you. Yes, they have their free choice, they get a punishment. But your actions magnitude into that. So you better watch out. So yes, Kol Ba'ei Olam, anyone who passed through this world is being judged on Rosh Hashanah every single year until the end of time. And the expression, the end of time, really means something. It's not it's just an expression up in the air. The end of time. Until time will not be an issue, until everything will become spiritual. As long as we are a physical entity, there is such thing as time. Time is after all of us. And you have to remember. And when you have to remember, and you have to fix your actions, and more than that. Everybody tells you about fixing your actions. I'm going to tell you something else. Fix your attitude. Fix your attitude and fix your outlook. Change the way you look at things. Change the way you decide to experience things. Many things will happen to you, but it's always, is the cup half full or half empty? It's a rhetorical question. The cup has water in it. The question should be, is there water or there's no water? What difference does it make if it's full or empty? Half full, half empty. Should say, it's half full. Because the nothingness means nothing. Negativity is the nothing. Being positive is substance. So connect yourself to positivity. Change your attitude. Change your outlook. And get off whatever you sit on and start doing things. Start being active. This is Olam HaAsiyah. It's about time you get up and stop complaining and start doing things. Change things as you go from the bottom up. You do that, it'll be good. You won't do that, you'll pay the price. One way or another, you're going to pay the price. One for your benefit, and one for not. How you're going to do it, it's up to you. HaKadosh Baruch Hu told us, choose good, and this is a commandment. Every time you choose good, you fulfill a mitzvah. When you choose good, do it b'simcha. We know what's good, we know what's the right thing, just have to change it and change the attitude. Be confident that we know what is right and we can do the right. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu will help us. Amen.